Everyone has to deal with hate comments at some point in their life, and if you are thinking of becoming a musician or you've been a musician for a while, you'll know it's part of the territory. But what are some of the ways that you can actually deal with the hate so that you can stay in a positive, mental, happy space? Let's go! Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Lynz Crichton from themusicmarketingmethod.com. I am a proudly independent singer, songwriter, producer, and now coach for other independent musicians, and today we are talking about haters. And in my experience, there are three main types of haters to look out for. The first is hate or feedback from friends and family. It can be really tough to deal with, especially when you sit around the dinner table at the next family gathering and you're just waiting for that one family member to go, "When are you gonna get a real job?" Or maybe you don't even get any feedback at all, and you can feel completely unsupported by those who are supposed to be closest to you. But I want you to remember this. Maybe they just don't like your music, and that's okay. I make indie folk, country pop kind of music, but I would never go up to a thrash metal fan and ask them to listen to my music. It's just the wrong type of person. So maybe it's worth considering that your closest friends or your family might not be the ideal person to listen to your music. Maybe it's also worth considering that your friends or your family are trying to protect you. This is not the easiest path as a musician or a creative person, and they just don't want you to get hurt. Or maybe there's a sprinkling of jealousy thrown in, and some individuals can't bring themselves to support what you're doing. You're essentially living the life that they want to live. Either way, focusing on support from friends and family means you're actually focusing on the wrong type of people. You should be focusing on attracting people from the world out there, not necessarily people from your own backyard. And if you need more help on how to attract an audience and an engaged tribe for your music, check out this video right here where I take you step by step through how to find real fans for your music. The second type of hate that we want to look at today is opinion hate. Now there's this saying, some people watch and some people do. And you as a creative person are in the second category. With your music and your art and your creativity, you make the world a better place. Sometimes replying to opinion hate comments with a little sprinkling of humor can really turn the situation around. Check out the band Kairos, who had a hater comment on one of their music videos, saying that their music was nonsense, Europop trash, nothing dog about it. So the band went and mocked up some merchandise with the haters' comment on it, and their fans went wild for it. It was hilarious, and it completely turned the situation around. There's also opinion hate comments that you can sprinkle a little humor on, like this band Devils of Moco or Jordan Skinner here, who ended up creating what I call the backflip hater. Because these musicians replied with dignity, humor, and one-on-one, the keyboard warriors soon realized that there was an actual human behind that music content. And they ended up doing a complete U-turn. Sometimes this can even lead to a new potential superfan just because you showed up and was a decent human being. And the third type of feedback from hate is what I call vitriolic hate. There's the old saying that says, hurt people. But it's good at this point to remember that it is not about you. And some people love to hide behind the keyboard and just throw tons of shh on everybody else, and it makes them feel better. When the feedback is mean-spirited like this, one of the best things to do is simply block, report, and delete. Don't even bother arguing back. Take the oxygen away from the fire. It's really tricky not to get emotional about hate comments, and you might want to retaliate with some hate of your own. But I would encourage you to take a breath, go on a stroll, grab a cuppa, stroke a cat, and once you've calmed down, just get back to making your art. Take all of this hate with a pinch of salt. Sage advice from the internet is all well and good, but don't take advice from people who haven't walked in your shoes, on this musician's path, and haven't been more successful than you. Let me know in the comments if you have ever experienced hate on any of your music videos, your art, anything. And be sure to share in the comments how you dealt with it. Now we've looked at 3 types of hate that you might have to deal with out there on the internet. I want to raise the vibration and now show you 5 different ways that you can deal with it in a really positive and uplifting way. The first thing I want to show you is how some musicians have even turned hate comments into more art, which is the ultimate middle finger to the haters. It also turns something which is really low vibration and depressing into something positive, humorous and share-worthy. This is Madeline Bailey, and she has now amassed 9 million subscribers on YouTube, and this particular video she has gained 27 million views on a video where she turned her hate comments into a song, just to show how ridiculous and relentless it can be putting yourself out there. But ultimately, she had the last laugh because this video and this song became an absolute hit on America's Got Talent, and she's now a full-time musician because of it. Another thing that I would recommend is to create something called a wow folder on your desktop. This is where any comments at all on the internet that support you go into this folder. This could include testimonials from gigs, reactions to your music, fans going wild for something that you've done. Anything at all positive or supportive goes in this folder. Then, if and when you get any hate comments, you go and dive headfirst into the wow folder and remind yourself of all the awesome people and that army that you have at your back that loves what you do. Go make more art for them. The third thing I recommend you do is seek out support, whether that's in the form of a songwriter circle, or maybe you're involved in a Facebook group online with lots of musicians, or maybe you're involved in an online program that has a built-in support network. There will be people who know what you're going through, maybe have even been through it themselves. New rejections occur all the time as we move on and expand our careers. Sometimes using that rejection or hate can spur you on, but having help to deal with it is always useful. The fourth tip is to let your supporters come to your rescue. I have been on live streams previously, and a drive-by newbie has come into the feed and left a ridiculous comment. And it's usually my supporters that go mad at them. Let your audience dispatch the haters. You can stay well out of it. And tip number 5 is, you might want to consider not deleting the hate comments. Say what? Social media algorithms can't necessarily read whether a comment is positive or negative. It's just engagement. And as you all know, any engagement is kind of good engagement. So they're helping you in a weird way. So I hope you have found this video useful, and I hope that you've got some takeaways and practical tips that you can use if and when you get some haters' comments on your content. But if you would like to join a like-minded community of people who get what you're going through, be sure to join my Music Marketing Method community, where I help independent musicians just like you find their fans online, nurture the relationship, and ultimately make money from their music. If this sounds like something that you'd be interested in, head over to www.musicmarketingmethod.com, grab your free guides which show you step-by-step how to do those things, watch my masterclass which is called Monetize Your Music Masterclass that goes into great detail about how you can do that, and you can also book a one-on-one 30-minute free call with me to talk about your music, your goals and your future with your music career. Even the haters. But I would love to know, have you ever had to deal with hate comments or rejection in your music business? What did that look like and how did you deal with it? Type in the comments below and let us all know, and then we can use this video and the bank of ideas below to help future musicians deal with this issue. Don't let the haters crush your dreams or even slow you down. See you on the next video.